Yeah, no, it's not a thing.
Oh, you got money. Make sure you head your ass. Yeah, I can't hear you guys because you guys can't actually talk to me. 3 hearts. Oh, play to rest. Come on. Before you wipe your butt, wipe from the front to the back. Never back to front. Give me your money. Ice cream, yeah, whatever that shit is, right? I don't care about their comfort. The egg will always persist. Let me cook. Let me cook. Daddy. Ah! You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. You know when you gotta, you know. I never get a sponsorship from them because I curse too much. Fuck you guys. Fuck. You guys won't hear me speak another word for the whole stream.
Almost ready, folks. Almost ready.
Too many cooks, 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 too many cooks.
Fuck.
Getting there, getting there.
You know what dirt smells like? I've been waiting. Fiber. Oh, this is how you make me feel. Then your mom in front of the Hoover Dam. This bird is gonna fucking squirt all over me. No, I'm not good. I'm the best. No, I was on Iron Chef. Fuck Bobby Flay.
It takes a lot to make a stew. A pinch of salt and laughter too. A scoop of kids to add the spice. A dash of love to make it nice. And you've got too many cooks, 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 too many cooks. It takes a lot to make a stew. When it comes
Yeah, no, it's not a thing.
Oh, you got money. Make sure you head your ass. Yeah, I can't hear you guys because you guys can't actually talk to me. 3 hearts. Oh, play to rest. Come on. Before you wipe your butt, wipe from the front to the back. Never back to front. Give me your money. Ice cream, yeah, whatever that shit is, right? I don't care about their comfort. The egg will always persist. Let me cook. Let me cook. Daddy. Ah! You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. You know when you gotta, you know. I never get a sponsorship from them because I curse too much. Fuck you guys. Fuck. You guys won't hear me speak another word for the whole stream. Fuck. You know what dirt smells like? I've been waiting. Fiber. Oh, this is how you make me feel.
All right.
Then your mom in front of the Hoover Dam. This bird is gonna fucking squirt all over me. No, I'm not good. I'm the best. No, I was on Iron Chef. What the fuck is up, Denny's? Fuck Bobby Flay. What the fuck is up, Denny's? What the fuck is up, Denny's? Yep, I'm actually wearing a shirt for that. I just noticed that my ponytail's probably gonna fall out in the middle of the stream. Long hair, don't care. All that jazz. And also, for some reason, my chat for TikTok is not really on. Either that, or you guys just aren't really talking to me on TikTok. Whatever. We'll find out. Actually, let me find out right now. Let me find out the part. Wait, let me just see.
Yeah, no, it's not a thing.
Alright, let me see if that pops up. You got money. Make sure you head your ass. Yeah, I can't hear you guys because you guys can't actually talk to me. 3 hearts. Oh, play to rest. Come on. Before you wipe your butt, wipe from the front to the back. Never back to front. Give me your money.
Yeah,
Ice cream.
Anyways,
Yeah, whatever that shit is, right?
I don't care about their comfort.
The egg will always
Cooking
persist.
with Uber stuff.
They
Yeah.
cook.
Still haven't gotten anything. Have you noticed that? Quite a little different.
You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
This one is the only one that really affected for the most part. We do
You
have a
know,
little face
I never get a sponsorship from them because I curse too much.
I just
Fuck you guys.
right
Fuck.
now that
You guys don't hear me speak another word for the whole.
There. Fuck. I was like, okay, sorry, TikTok. I was like, wait a minute. What's going on here? Pew! I hear a pew. Let's get that playing. Turn this bitch up. Wait, why are we? There we go. All right. Gorsh. Yeah, for some reason, TikTok, I'm not seeing your chat on this end. That's pretty fucking dumb if I have to say anything about it. Turn on. What the hell is picture in picker when you leave taking? Not now. Don't know what that is. So, anyways, folks, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Uber Stuff. Anyways, so what are we cooking today? I didn't know what I was gonna cook initially today, but we are gonna do some okonomiyaki. Now, normally when I do okonomiyaki, I use leftover sourdough starter that I have, because usually, you know, if you guys know anything about sourdough starters or sourdough bread, you usually get rid of half of it, and then the other half you just kind of recycle and do some more shit when you feed it, blah, blah, blah. So essentially, if you're smart about it, you can have an infinite starter, or you make breakfast out of it. And I usually do okonomiyaki with that. You know, make scallion pancake or something with it. But we don't have said starter today, so we're gonna make some shit. So the first things first is we have to start our dashi, right? And we're only going to do a very, very small amount of it because I don't want to save so much of it. I might, we don't know, who cares? Long hair don't care. So let's go ahead and get our heating element out and then just change this bitch out. So, blah, 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 blah. Do I have it in here? I totes do. We're just going to use the gas burner today because I don't really want to mess around with it. I had to fairly quickly rearrange, you son of a bitch, rearrange the kitchen a bit because of that dinner that we did last week for Valentine's Day. So, and I didn't get around to putting back the kitchen the way it was supposed to, which was not very cash money, but what can you do, right? So we are gonna go ahead and grab this. We're gonna just fill it up with some agua, because we don't need too much, right? We're going to do about, I think at most we're gonna need maybe 3 cups of water, but it's important that we get some dashi going, right? Just for the sake of doing it. So we're just gonna turn this bitch up, make sure that it's plugged in, and it is. Silly whittle me. There we go. Huzzah. Nice and hot. Let's grab some of our kombu. And we don't need very much of it, right? So like this much is like gotta be more than enough for what we're gonna use it for. Put that up a little bit more. There you go. Better camera angle. And if I had some instant dashi, I would be using that instead, but I do not, right? So what's the next best thing that we're gonna do? We're gonna make our dashi, make it very nice. But while that is heating up, we are going to get our bowl and we're gonna do a nice, we're gonna mix all of our dry shit together. And that was something that shouldn't have been there, but it fell. All right. So we are going to do 2 dry ingredients, I believe. 3, technically 2 dry, 1 kind of dry, and 1 that is absolutely not dry. So 4 ingredients for this. So we got some baking powder right here. We got some AP flour right here. King Arthur is almost always reliable. Probably the most reliable flour that you can get out there. They have it for everything. And then we also have the secret ingredient. And then we'll get to that secret ingredient when we need to. But in the meantime, we're going to start off with, we'll do 2 cups. We'll do 2 cups of this just in case I want some tomorrow, right? Now, fun fact, I have never made this recipe. I just looked it up. I was like, all right, cool, got it memorized for the most part, right? But in this fashion, we are going to try and do it ourselves. Said, fuck it, to Nantucket, right? There she blows. All right. get that going. And then, so this is about 2 cups of flour, and we're gonna do, recipe called for 3/4 of a teaspoon per cup. So I'm like, that feels a little slow, but we're gonna try that anyways. And we're gonna do a little bit more. So this is more like 2 teaspoons worth of baking powder. Now, from this stage, I'm going to whisk up our super dry ingredients. That's what this is, but we're gonna add just a tad bit of salt, just a smidgen. All right, some salt, because salt makes the world go round. Salt, it makes the world go round. Where is Le Whisko? I'm gonna grab our whisk, with a whisk. And we are going to whisk our dry shit. Now notice I didn't sift any of the flour or anything. That's fine. I'm not a pastry chef, guys. I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't know. Anyways, so we just whisk this up. What this does is it makes sure that all the dry shit's all incorporated, very nice, you know, even shit. And I'm just gonna start off with a well. Just try, if this wells, will it well? Whatever, doesn't need to be. So we'll leave that there. Now we're gonna also start working on our next ingredient, which is the special ingredient, which is the sweet potato. The mighty sweet potato, folks. What does the sweet potato do to this? It adds a little bit of sweetness, adds a little bit of starch to it, but it also, as this firms up into the dough, it's going to give it that airiness, right? It's going to create like those air pockets itself that's going to go in there. And how are we going to incorporate this into the dough? We're going to do that after this is done, right? So we're only going to do a very basic dashi, and there's a reason why. So normally with dashi, I will add some bonito flakes to really go from there. But because this is okonomiyaki, we tend to top it off with bonito flakes anyways. So it's just like, you know what? We'll just leave it out this time. I'm not too worried, especially because of the fashion I'm doing this. How are you doing, Harley? Harky? For some reason, I can't see the chat unless I have it over here. Oh no, it popped up now. All right, it popped up on there. Cool, sick. All right, I can see you now. But yeah, we're just not going to put in the bonito flakes into the dashi itself. So once this brings itself up to a boil, we're just gonna kill the heat and use it right away, right? I don't care if it hits, we don't even need a boil, it just needs to hit a simmer. It doesn't need to be, you know, like fuck you cold, it doesn't need to be fuck you hot. It just needs to be enough, right? Enough for it to kind of like activate the baking powder, baking soda, and what we also want to do is kind of let it sit and build its gluten a little bit to give it some airiness, right? And that's, if we don't, it kind of defeats like a nice airy pancake, nice airy pancake, right? Nice airy pancake flavor, texture. That's what we want. All right, just gonna do this, and you know what? Once that's done, yeah, we'll just agitate that kombu, get all those nice glutamates all up in there. Nice glutamate, glutamate. Fuck you. All right. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and peel this potato. I don't want to have any of the potato skins up in this bitch. All right. All right. Alright. Hey, happy birthday, AC. I hope you have a grand birthday today. Or yesterday. Whenever your birthday is, I hope it's awesome. Alright. What are we making? We are making okonomiyaki. Okonomiyaki. So you notice how the steam is going up there? I'm okay with that. I don't want it boiling because I don't want to kill anything in here. I don't want it to be stupid stodgy. I just need it to be there, just to activate that kombu. You see the kombu's nice and pliable. That's what we want, right? So we got our 2-cup container, which has all of our fucking bullshit in here. Ugh. Throw that in the trash. And we're gonna do, so this is what? Roughly 2 cups of bullshit. So we're gonna do 1.5 cups of liquid. And if I'm being honest, as far as the sweet potato goes, I'm not honestly sure what ratio I want to do with that. So I think I want to aim for maybe half a cup of the sweet potato. How you doing, Jocks? You deleted TikTok. Hey, it's okay. I deleted TikTok too, and then I fucked up and re-downloaded it on my phone. But it doesn't mean I'm going live on my phone. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and add it in. Right, and with the dashi, again, you can make it ahead of time. It's okay if it's warm. I actually prefer this to be cold. And just like a pancake batter, we're not going to whisk it until it's completely firm. I do want it to be a little bit, you know, clunky. Ow, fuck. Fuck you. Fuck, you see that? Guys, see that? Shit's stabbing me. I do want it to be a little bit firm. So I can tell right now that it is going to need more liquid, but I'm okay with letting it sit a bit. Yeah, it's definitely going to need more liquid. All right, guys, fun fact. Now I know that the fucking recipe that I read was wrong, which is fine. I'm okay with that. So we're just going to add another half cup. So it'll be equal parts hydration, essentially. There we go. All right. Come on, you piece of ass. Get out of here. Stop whisking me. Now, I am going to get this, and we're going to fold some of our shit in when we do this. But before we do that, I do want to grate. That's actually feeling pretty good, right? It's nice and thick. And like I said, I want it to be the consistency of almost like a sourdough starter. Because what this is going to do, the sourdough starter at least, I want it to be thick. It's going to rise, but there's going to be some extra liquid in the potato itself. So we're going to finely grate it. Best way to finely grate anything is with an oroshi tool, and I just realized that motherfucker is in my car. Do I have my microplane? Let's see if I have my microplane, because microplane, oh, this works. This works just fine. Perfect. So we are going to do about at least half a cup of sweet potato in this bitch, right? So let's try that. Grate some sweet potato all up in this fucking shit. Gonna make sweet potato, grate it up in some okonomiyaki. Sweet fucking potato, and it is some hydrated shit. Motherfucking sweet potato. I don't know what I'm singing. No, I don't. Okay, so it's not working as good as I want it to, but fuck it. It's not like my oroshi blade is going to do any better, if I'm being completely honest. All right. Let's see, this is about a quarter cup. Now, again, we are going to let our dough sit while we are doing the rest of the ingredients. And we're going to do our okonomiyaki the very last thing we do. Right? Or actually doing the pancake itself. All right. This is about half a cup. So we are going to put that in, and we are going to fold the rest of it in and trying to make sure we don't over mix it. If we over mix everything, it's going to end up not fluffy. It's going to end up flat, dense, and that kind of defeats the purpose of the whole thing, right? So fold. Like I said, that sweet potato is the secret ingredient for this dish, right? And yes, you want to do it raw. You don't want to do it cooked. If it's cooked, it's going to be too mushy. You don't want that. You want like those natural starches and sugars to do its job, right? I just realized, do I have any fucking sugar up here? If I don't have sugar, that's fine. I have a substitute, but guys, why did I do this to myself? Pourquoi, papa? It's okay. I got plenty of other shit I can use instead, and honestly, it'll probably be better, right? All right, because we are going to make our own okonomiyaki sauce. So we are going to let this build its own gluten, and the best way you do it is through time. And like I said, we don't want to overwork this. I want those like air bubbles to kind of do its thing, because when we put it on the pan, it's going to rise a lot better, and this dough will loosen up as time goes by, right? So let that do its thing. So put it over here. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and start on our sauce. So I'm gonna put this pot over yonder. Right meow. And we are going to grab a pot about this much. Right? And we're gonna work on we're gonna work on our okonomiyaki sauce. So, okonomiyaki sauce, no soy sauce, but there's something very, very, very similar to soy sauce, and that is what's this sauce? All right, so we're gonna do that. But there are 3 other ingredients that normally go with this, and that is ketchup, that is oyster sauce. If you guys are allergic to oyster sauce, there's plenty of other shit you can use. And then there is also, where did you go, George? Where did you go? Oh yeah, sugar, duh. But since we don't have sugar, we're gonna use the mighty power of honey, 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 honey. Yeah, honey is a superfood. If you are vegan, you should be eating sugar anyways. So, and that's a very real thing. So we're gonna actually start with equal parts of everything, except for the oyster sauce, because the oyster sauce is gonna be pretty fucking strong. So I am going to say, let's get a cup container. Cup. So we are going to start off with, actually, you know what? I haven't tried this brand of oyster sauce before. So let's try it out. I grab a spoon or a fork, end of it. Ooh. You know what? Yeah, let's do equal parts. All right, so we need this whole container to be roughly a cup. All right. And then we're gonna do some ketchup next. This is a brand new thing, so I get to... Guys, I have a question for you guys. When was the last time you saw like a normal bottle of ketchup? You know, like the long neck bottle one? The one that allows you to have like that fucking ketchup pre-cum? You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you know, it's after you do this and all this shit. We are making okonomiyaki. So we're gonna do, make sure this is half cup, it's right there. We're gonna do some honey. Honey. All right. And then we are gonna do some Worcestershire sauce. And we are gonna do like equal parts, but before we fill this up to the cup, I'm going to just dump this right in. Where's my whittle whisk? My whittle whisk is right here. All right, do this. And then I do the Worcester sauce last. And because you notice that all those are, they're very like gummy, or not gummy, but like fucking thick. Doing this last will kind of help bring the rest of the whatever's left in the container out. Kind of just pre-mix it, you know? That way we get the most of everything that was stuck in there, right? All right, so we're gonna turn on the heat, and we do want to bring this up to almost a boil. It doesn't need to be like hard boiling or whatever. What we're doing is melting all the sugars and incorporating all the sauces in together. So if you guys were to do this raw, especially because instead of honey, you'd be using sugar, ideally. The sugar will actually not dissolve into the sauce. It'll end up over time sinking. Bringing sugar to a boil will make sure that it, you know, breaks down into whatever sauces you guys do. All right. So we're gonna just bring this to a simmer. Once it's to a simmer, our sauce is ready to go. Right. Bring all this out. How you doing, Yuya Sakaki? Yuya Sakaki. Not Yuya Bukake. I don't know why I have this here, but you know, I'm just gonna put you right there. Fuck it. All right. Right now. So again, this right here can be refrigerated. The dough can be refrigerated, but we are not doing that because we want it to be left out to help build up the gluten a little bit more, a little bit faster. So the dish consists of, it's think of it like a pancake, like a very savory pancake, right? So we're gonna put some onions, we're gonna put some cabbage, we're going to put some of the sauce, we're gonna put some kewpie. Is my kewpie in here, by the way? It fucking isn't. It's in the other fridge, probably. Let's check. Oh yeah, it fucking is. It's also gonna come with some bonito flakes, but I also have a bunch of pickles left over. I think we're gonna do some of that. We might even make 2 different pancakes. We'll see. We'll see how groovy I'm feeling, and we'll go from there. Yeah, dude, if I would have kept... Oh, wait, are we... Did it die? Hey, look, what do you know? Out of fuel. Good thing we caught it. I would have totally kept the old profile pic if I owned it, and for the longest time, I was looking for someone to make me a profile pic, but I kind of got lazy and started doing it on my own, and that's what that is. I kind of like it because it looks almost sad when you look at it. It's like... Which is a lot like me when I'm cooking in front of you guys. Alright, Actually, that's me when people ask me to play Brawl Stars. Where's the Brawl Stars at? And I'm just like, I'm cooking. I'm cooking. All right, so, got the hot sun. Plug you in. Turn you back on, and into the simmer it goes. So. Once this is going, we'll just transfer it over into a pot, because I realize I don't know what the fuck happened to all my, like, squeeze bottles. I had a bunch of plastic squeeze bottles. It might be lagging a bit. There was something up with the internet. I think it's just getting used a ton. So, that's all it really is, unfortunately. You know. It's how, the way that the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. So, the next thing we are going to do, while that's going, is we're going to cut up some cabbage, right? There's nothing wrong with Brawl. It's just, I just don't like getting told for like, oh, Brawl, you know? But luckily, it's been happening a lot less lately. It's been happening a lot less, which is great. So, cabbage. Cut it down. And this is almost ready already. Cosplay as Kenji, yeah. You missed it last stream. Alright. And then what I'm going to also do is kind of cut the core from this. Just because it's just very dense. There's nothing wrong with it. You can still cook with it. It's just... I personally like the greens when I'm doing this dish. They're just a lot more stringy. That's all. No, that's literally the only reason. I'm going to cut this in half again. And then we are going to just very finely. If you guys have a mandolin, you can do this too. I just don't want to bust out my mandolin for this. So we're doing these very fine straws. Now we're going up, never cut down, especially when you're doing something this fine. All right, our sauce is pretty much ready to go. We're just gonna transfer it. See how fine that is? Oh, so fucking fine. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and taste our sauce. See, this is what happens when I have to like hurry up and get the stream set up. It smells really good, this sauce. Oh, I almost like it better with the honey than I do with the, I almost think I could even use a bit more salt. Yeah, we're gonna do a bit more salt on there. All right, that sauce is ready to go. That's tasty. That's really tasty. Yeah, it's not as aggressive on the sweetness as sugar. So, all right. Let's pour this right in. Now this I will cool right off there. My finest knife skills. That's gonna be a whole stream. I'm actually thinking about doing a stream for Thursdays, Wednesdays or Thursdays, where it is nothing but me doing meal prep for my family for the entire week. And then it'll be like a several hour stream, and it'll give you like tips on like the chef's mindset on like doing meal prep, because literally in the restaurant when we talk about prep, it's the meal prep mentality, right? So we are for a fact done with this pot now, but we're gonna cut everything up that we need. This is enough for at least 2, maybe even 3, but we're gonna save the rest of this. I plan on making one of my favorite dishes maybe tomorrow with this, so we'll see. All right, let's see. Do I have a container I can put this in? Actually, you know what? Let's just put this in this bowl for now. That's fine, because we will be using this later. All right. Cuckoo-ca-choo, cuckoo-ca-choo. Also, if anyone knows the soundtrack to what we are listening to, high fives, right? Well, I'm only gonna give a high five to anyone who knows what it is. All right, put all this cabbage away. All right. Here is a hint. They are recently working on the remake for it. And remake, not remaster, all right? There is a difference between the two. So if you guys know, fuck yeah. Next, we have scallions. Oh, speaking of scallions, before we cut a new batch, let's show you guys. Yeah, because, okay, guys, fucking guess how much one of these cost me at the store? Scallions. Fucking green onions. $2. $2 for scallions. I remember when they were fucking 50 cents. What is this? What is this? But anyways, let me show you guys the scallions. Look at the action. Look at all the growth. See? You guys remember that? Also, if you guys remember this, our mungus beans, our mung beans, those are doing fucking awesome. We are actually going to replant those. Our red bell peppers, those are not doing anything at all. We got the basil. We got, if you guys remember the Petri dishes, this is from the tomatoes. We got a little green. Got a little green one. And then same thing in here. This is the tomato, or not tomato, something else. But, and then right here, our Mizuna. Look at how well our Mizuna is doing. Look at that. That's also gonna get transferred over. And our shiso hasn't done anything, so I think those seeds are not good. So I'm gonna try a different seed thing when we get that going, right? But in the meantime, we are going to cut some scallion, right? So cut off these ends right here. And then I also have my little scallion thingy right there. This does not belong in there. I don't know why that was in there.
Thank you, Sebastian
Oh,
Marquez.
thank you so much, Sebastian Marquez, for the follow. All right. Hey, Kaylee, how are you doing? How are you doing? All right. So, next thing is next. Oh, 1 second. All right, next thing is next, guys. Also, guys, you see this? See the bounce? That's what, if you guys want to, like, don't know if your knife is good or not, do this. I'm doing A-OK, Kaylee, doing A-OK. But yeah, this is kind of what you want to do. That bounce right there, and then this is kind of the sound you want to have it here too. So that means that the steel is fucking good. It means that it's an actual crafted blade instead of a stamped blade. So stamped blades are literally what it sounds like. Big ass piece of fucking metal. There's a fucking mold. Stamp the steel into it. Whatever. This means that that's actually crafted, right? Can I teach you skills with the knife to cut tomatoes? You know what? Why not? Let's do a quick tomato skill thing really fast, because I do happen to have some cherry tomatoes. Now, if you guys want a trick for cherry tomatoes, I'll show you this right now. If you guys know this, it's cool. How are you doing, Daniel? All right, so you grab 2 lids, make sure that the lids are the same size. If you guys can't get ones the same size, make sure that they both have a lip that will kind of encumber. So you guys see, lip, they're same, and you can go one on top of the other. So they have like this this gap in between, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add this. Now, if you guys do not have a super sharp knife, use a serrated knife, like a bread knife. It works just as good. If anyone tells you to not use a bread knife for a tomato, tell them to fuck off. Simple as that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, not everyone has super sharp knives. Now, what you're gonna do with the other side, oh, these tomatoes are living. They're instantly like foaming up, which is great. Anyways, so notice how I'm not stacking the lids on top of each other like this, because there's too much of a gap, right? It'll still technically work, but the lids are gonna help to keep everything together. Now look at it like this. It looks like it's a lot more closed, right? This is gonna make sure that the tomatoes are kind of staying together. And what you're gonna do is run your knife in between and just cut all the way through. And now you have tomatoes that are cut in half. There you go. There's your quick tomato cutting technique. And we'll probably put a couple of these in the okonomiyaki. We'll actually probably grill some of them ahead of time, get them a little toasty, and there you go. Yep, so if you ever work in a restaurant, you want to show off, or you got a girlfriend and be like, check this. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. God, see, this is getting hot in the door. All right, so those ones never came out. Yeah, just be like, yeah, look at what I could do. Look what I could do. All right. Yeah, that's the big problem with having this point of view, is making sure the cable sticks through. It's also the design of everything. So, and this is honestly the best way I could have designed it. I've done a lot of like R&D going back and forth with this. So trust me, I've done a lot with the space given. Anyways, we are going to cut up some scallions, right? So notice I'm going to keep this on because we are going to keep the whites for another project, and we can just save these indefinitely. We are just going to cut up some of this for garnish. It got caught on my camera cable, and the camera cable got caught on the door, and so one thing led to another and knocked out of my hand. Now we are just doing this fine, almost like I'm cutting chives, but they're not chives, they are scallion. They actually make machines that will do this and nothing but slicing scallions. And apparently they are just great fucking machines to have. All right, so I was saying my hand got caught on the cable, and the cable got caught in the door, like the door handle right here, as you can see, and that's what happened. Sorry about the lag, guys. I think it's just the internet's getting overused where I'm at, and that's, you know, a thing. I have no control over it. No control. Actually, you know what? I might have some control over it. Let me check. I might. Because it might actually be which Wi-Fi I'm connected to. Nope, it is connected to the right one. It just means that we are going to do that. See, there you go. We were doing so good without the Brawl Stars, and then it happened again. Damn, Daniel. Damn. Alright, so we got this ready to go. And, so I think we have almost all the components that we need. But let's just make sure we have everything, and then we can start working on, and then our bonito flakes. Now, it's going to be really cool when you guys see the bonito flakes. If you guys have never seen this dish before, it almost looks like these come alive. Alright? That's a big appeal to this dish. Let's make sure we have a plate to put it on. Right? Actually, let's do a white plate. Let's do a white plate. A lot of color, a lot of contrast. And the sauce on this is dark. Don't want that going there. Let's do a white plate. Alright. Alright, so we got this. You do like the POV view better, Ruben? That's cool. That's why I'm looking for that kind of feedback too. I personally like it better. It feels more engaging, right? So we got this, and then we do, because it's a pancake, we do want to make sure that we have a non-stick pan, right? And we got that. Oh, I'm okay. I don't really care about like what brawler gets to 1,000 or not. If I wanted to, I would have done it already, if I'm being honest. I just haven't. So, I'm just gonna put this in there for now. Alright. And then, what we are going to do, we're going to do a small test one to see if everything here is kind of acted up. And put it up on medium. We're just going to add a bit of vegetable or canola oil. Right? Just a small amount to kind of start. While those are going in the background, I'm going to go ahead and just put these around. Kind of toast up these tomatoes a bit. Alright. And I want to put them face down. I mean, I love the taste of a burnt tomato. Right? So, we are making okonomiyaki. So again, we're just going to stir it up a bit. And we are going to just do a test one, right? So I'm going to grab this smaller. We're just going to kind of mold it a little bit. Press it down. And we are going to put our cabbage on top. If this fucker stops moving around, stop being a little shit.